What is going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I'm StenoTV. Welcome, stay for a bit, and click that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video. Right, so today is a very special day because I'm going to be reviewing the Season 2 line of the Pokemon Funko Pop collection. So you might be wondering what a Funko Pop is. Now, Funko is an American company that produces collectibles such as their chibi-style, sometimes bobblehead type of figurines from pop culture entities like Pokemon. So as you can see right here in front of me is the second season of the Pokemon Funko Pop collection. Well, except for one actually, which is this Eevee right here. Now, if you look at the back of the box of this Eevee, you can actually see the Season 1 line of Pokemon Funko Pops. I originally thought this Eevee is going to be part of Season 2, but apparently it's part of Season 1, but we'll get to that later. There are a total of 4 figures in this season of the Pokemon line, all of which are released just this May 2020. Now, the first Pokemon chosen to be a part of this roster is this Pichu. Now, personally, I think this Pichu is a strange choice to include in this roster. Number one being that Pichu is a second generation Pokemon, and there are 146 other Pokemon in the first generation that they could choose from, and yet they've already released a second generation Pokemon. Now, the standard retail price of this Pichu here in the Philippines is at 650 pesos, and that is the same with the others in this season. But according to the Funko app, this Pichu is valued at 387. Now, the only other variation for this Pokemon is a flocked version, which is actually an exclusive only to For Your Entertainment and WonderCon 2020. Now, once we open it, we can actually pull out the backdrop of it, which is the electric type artwork that they have. Comparing Pichu side by side with Pikachu, Pichu seems to be a tad bit smaller than Pikachu, as you can see right now. And as expected, Pichu's paint job is lighter yellow than its evolutionary form. Now, you can turn Pichu's head and body left and right, so it can swivel like that, like all of the Pokemon here except for Bulbasaur. Pichu has this collar right here with the pink cheeks, and the tail, little tail over here. Pichu seems to not want to stand on its own, probably because its head is too big for its body, but that's a Funko Pop. Now, the next Pokemon selected to be in this season is a Pokemon that I personally think is a better fit than Pichu previously, and that is this Vulpix. Now, just like Pichu, Vulpix has a standard retail price of 650 pesos here in the Philippines, but according to the Funko app, it is the same value as Pichu at 387 pesos. Now, other variations for Vulpix is a San Diego Comic-Con 2020 exclusive flocked version and a 10-inch Target exclusive ones. Now, I'm convinced at this point that every 10-inch Pokemon Pop is sold by Target. Let's open this Vulpix up. Just like any other Pokemon Funko Pop, it has its backdrop of its typing. Vulpix is now out of the box. It's very, very wide and thick, this Vulpix. I actually like how they made Vulpix with all its grooves and edges on the top of the head, of the fluff on top of the head, and of course the tail as well, very nicely sculpted. We can also see the underbelly of Vulpix and the darker socks-like fur that Vulpix has. Comparing Vulpix side by side with the original thick Funko Pop Pokemon Bulbasaur, we could actually see that Vulpix seems to be much wider thanks to the tail. Height-wise, Vulpix is much taller thanks to the ears and the fluff of its head as well, but Bulbasaur wins with its length. Bulbasaur seems to be longer than Vulpix over here. Now, the third Pokemon selected in this roster is actually my favorite one in this season, and that is Mewtwo. Personally, I find it odd that Mewtwo didn't have the same treatment as the original Pikachu, which was Target exclusive. Mewtwo could have been exclusively 10-inch or like even a 6-inch Funko Pop that is special. Mewtwo Funko Pop seems to be not as rare as its video game counterpart. Just like Pichu and Vulpix, you could get Mewtwo here in the Philippines for 650 pesos, but according to the Funko app, Mewtwo is valued at 581 pesos. Bit low for a legendary Pokemon. The other variations for Mewtwo is a 10-inch Target exclusive one and a flocked version, which is San Diego Comic-Con 2020 exclusive. And just like any other Funko Pop Pokemon, we have its background artwork, and we finally have a Psychic type one, which is the new addition in this season. So here we have Mewtwo out of the box. Let's compare it side by side with the original Pikachu. And Mewtwo seems to be almost twice the size as the normal Pokemon Funko Pop. And I like how Mewtwo is made. This is why Mewtwo has been my favorite in this season. You can see the connector behind Mewtwo's head and Mewtwo's body. You can see the tail. And at the front, you can see the grooves of his chest. And of course, the tail that starts with his belly. and his fingers very nicely sculpted. As you can see how beautifully crafted Mewtwo is. Right, so the fourth and final Pokemon included in the Season 2 of Pokemon Funko Pops is Mr. Mime. Now personally, I find Mr. Mime released too early. I mean, it is indeed a nice Funko Pop, Mr. Mime, but I feel like there could have been other Pokemons that could have been released earlier, like the Evolutions or Growlithe in Season 3. But like every other Pokemon released in this season, Mr. Mime has a standard retail price of 650 pesos here in the Philippines. But according to Funko app, Mr. Mime is actually valued at a whopping 290 pesos. And that is the lowest valued Pokemon in the Pokemon Funko Pop line. This Mr. Mime doesn't have any other variations to it. This is just it. Here is Mr. Mime out of the box, and apparently Mr. Mime, oh there we go, Mr. Mime can stand on its own, but with a bit of effort. It does come in with a stand as well, same as the Mewtwo. And just like Mewtwo, Mr. Mime is actually very well done as well. As you can see, the fingers here, the sculpture of the mouth as well, the ears, the body of Mr. Mime. It's very, very well done. Very, very well made. Mr. Mime's head can swivel left and right as well. Comparing it to a normal Pokemon Funko Pop, just like this original Pikachu, Mr. Mime is much taller, but it's shorter than Mewtwo, as you can see. And those are the Pokemon in the Season 2 line of Pokemon Funko Pops, but there is actually one more figure that we haven't done a review for, and that is this Eevee. Like every other Pokemon in the Season 1 line of Pokemon Funko Pops, Eevee was released on its own, and it was released back in March of this year. Now the standard retail price for this Eevee is at 650 pesos, but according to the Funko app, this Eevee is valued at a high price of 871 pesos. So right here, this Eevee is the most valued Pokemon that is out there in the market for Funko Pops anyway. Now other variations for this Eevee, there is a flock version which is exclusive to only Hot Topic and WonderCon, and a 10-inch one which is, surprise surprise, a Target exclusive one. Opening up this Eevee, we finally have a normal type backdrop over here, which is very sleek and simple like a normal type should be. Detail on this Eevee is very, very nice actually. You can see the hair on top, very well sculpted, the fur on its neck, over here, and of course the tail. So Funko has been upping their game in terms of sculpting and everything. And there you have it folks, Season 2 line of the Pokemon Funko Pop collection. If you did enjoy this video, find it useful or find it entertaining, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that bell icon to get notified when I upload next. And I shall see you guys in the future. Bye!